This is P13. On alternates, Matt Taylor is pitting is P15. Omar Gomez is P14. On alternates, Jake Feemster is pitting is P18. Matt Taylor is P14. On alternates, Kevin Lekmansky is P13. On alternates, Matt Taylor ahead is off pace. John Houston ahead is off pace. Brad Mears is P14. John Houston is pitting after 2 laps. On alternates is P15. Kevin Miller is P14. On alternates, John Wathen is P14. On alternates, Ian Jolicoeur is pitting after 2 laps. On primaries is P19. Jake Feemster is P14. On alternates, Jonathan Cuppett is P9. Brad Mears ahead is off pace. John Houston is P15. On alternates, Ian Jolicoeur is P17. On primaries, Omar Gomez is pitting after 2 laps. On alternates is P20. Kevin Lekmansky is pitting after 3 laps. On alternates is P17. Alan Jacobs is pitting after 2 laps. On alternates is P17. Alan Jacobs is P7. On alternates, Brad Mears is pitting after 2 laps. On alternates is P17. 10-second pit lane speeding penalty for Brad Mears. David Zahn is P15. On alternates, Mark DeGraw is P12. Kevin Lekmansky is P16. On alternates, Chris Moses is pitting after 2 laps. On alternates is P17. Jonathan Cuppett is pitting after 3 laps. On alternates is P16. David Zahn is pitting is P18. Joel Ekman is pitting after 4 laps. On alternates is P18. Omar Gomez is P12. On primaries, Dale Ballwig is P11. Jake Feemster ahead is off pace. Jake Feemster is pitting after 2 laps. On alternates is P18. David Zahn is P13. On alternates, Alan Jacobs is pitting after 2 laps. On alternates is P17. Chris Moses is P12. On alternates, Jake Feemster is P14. On primaries, Alan Jacobs is P15. On alternates, Brad Mears is P16. On alternates, Chuck Carter is pitting after 3 laps. On alternates is P18. Jonathan Cuppett is P16. On alternates, John Houston is P16. On alternates, Joel Ekman is P17. On alternates, Omar Gomez is pitting is P20. Ian Jolicoeur is P11 on primaries. John Houston ahead is off pace. John Houston is pitting after 3 laps. On alternates is P17. Omar Gomez is P15 on primaries. Sergio Calderon is pitting after 5 laps on primaries is P20. Jake Feemster is pitting after 2 laps on primaries is P17. Dale Balwig is P14. David Zahn is P12 on alternates. Jake Feemster is P14 on primaries. Jonathan Cuppett is pitting after 2 laps on alternates is P16. 30-second pit lane speeding penalty for Jonathan Cuppett. John Wathen is pitting after 4 laps on alternates is P17. Joel Ekman is pitting after 2 laps on alternates is P18. Chuck Carter is P13 on primaries. Ian Jolicoeur is pitting after 4 laps on primaries is P20. Kevin Miller is pitting after 5 laps on alternates is P15. Jonathan Cuppett is P12 on alternates. Joel Ekman is P13 on alternates. Ian Jolicoeur is P14 on primaries. Chuck Carter is P5 on primaries. Omar Gomez is P11 on primaries. Brad Mears ahead is off pace. Kevin Miller is P14 on alternates. Dale Balwig is pitting after 8 laps on alternates is P19. John Wathen is P15 on alternates. Jake Feemster is P7. Jonathan Cuppett is pitting after 2 laps on alternates is P16. Chris Moses is pitting after 4 laps on alternates is P16. Sergio Calderon is P13 on alternates. Jonathan Cuppett is P14 on alternates. Aaron Parsons is pitting is P19. Matt Taylor is P4 on alternates. Brian Story is pitting is P20. Joel Ekman ahead is off pace. Joel Ekman is pitting after 3 laps on alternates is P20. Brad Mears is P8. Alan Jacobs is pitting after 5 laps on alternates is P19. Gregory Myers is P14 on primaries. Kevin Lekmansky is P4 on alternates. Joel Ekman is P14 on primaries. Kevin Lekmansky is pitting after 7 laps on alternates is P16. Kevin Miller is P3 on alternates. Kevin Lekmansky is P15 on alternates. Joel Ekman is pitting is P21. Chris Moses is P15 on alternates. Brian Story is P16 on alternates. Joel Ekman is P16 on primaries. Alan Jacobs is P18 on alternates. Mark DeGraaf is P5. Omar Gomez is pitting after 5 laps on primaries is P21. Matt Taylor is pitting after 9 laps on alternates is P18. Omar Gomez is P16 on primaries. John Wathen is P7. Dale Balwig is P18 on alternates. Matt Taylor is P19 on alternates. Mark DeGraaf is pitting after 10 laps on primaries is P20. John Wathen is on push to pass. Jonathan Cuppett is P10. Jonathan Cuppett is on push to pass. Jake Feemster is pitting after 5 laps on primaries is P22. Jake Feemster is P17 on primaries. Alan Jacobs is P16. John Wathen ahead is off pace. John Wathen ahead is off pace. John Wathen is pitting after 4 laps on alternates is P22. Ian Jolicoeur is pitting after 5 laps on primaries is P22. Jake Feemster is P10. Kevin Lekmansky is P16. Mark DeGraaf is P16 on alternates. Joel Ekman is P2. Aaron Parsons is P18 on alternates. Joel Ekman is pitting after 3 laps on primaries is P21. Chris Moses is pitting after 3 laps on alternates is P18. Alan Jacobs is pitting after 3 laps on alternates is P19. Joel Ekman is P16 on primaries. Ian Jolicoeur is P16 on alternates. Brian Story is pitting after 3 laps on alternates is P20. Dale Balwig is P16. Kevin Lekmansky ahead is off pace. Kevin Lekmansky is pitting after 4 laps on alternates is P17. Kevin Lekmansky is P15 on alternates. Sergio Calderon is pitting after 5 laps. On alternates is P22. Gregory Myers is P5. Mark DeGraw is pitting after 2 laps. On alternates is P16. Chris Moses is P15. On alternates. Mark DeGraw is P16. On alternates. Chuck Carter is P7. Brian Story is P17. On alternates. Brian Story is P15. On alternates. Dale Balwig is pitting after 4 laps. On alternates is P21. Matt Taylor is pitting after 4 laps. On alternates is P17. Joel Ekman ahead is off pace. Joel Ekman is pitting after 2 laps. On primaries is P20. Brad Mears is pitting after 10 laps. On alternates is P16. Joel Ekman is P13. On primaries. Chris Moses is pitting is P16. Dale Balwig is P13. On alternates, Omar Gomez is P12. John Houston is P15. On alternates. Jonathan Cuppett is pitting after 7 laps. On alternates is P16. 10-second pit lane speeding penalty for Jonathan Cuppett, 40 seconds total. Jonathan Cuppett is P4. On alternates, Jonathan Cuppett is pitting is P16. Matt Taylor is P15. On alternates, David Zahn is pitting after 11 laps. On alternates is P20. Alan Jacobs is P15. On alternates, Kevin Lekmansky is P12. Aaron Parsons is pitting after 3 laps. On alternates is P19. 10-second pit lane speeding penalty for Aaron Parsons. Brad Mears is P15. On alternates. Chris Moses is P15. On primaries. Mark DeGraw is P15. Aaron Parsons is P17. On alternates, John Houston is P13. Kevin Lekmansky is pitting after 4 laps. On alternates is P19. Matt Taylor is P13. On alternates, Mark DeGraw is pitting after 3 laps. On alternates is P19. Jonathan Cuppett is P16. On alternates. Kevin Miller is P5. On alternates, Mark DeGraw is P16. On alternates, Sergio Calderon is P17. On alternates, Matt Taylor is pitting after 2 laps. On alternates is P19. Omar Gomez is pitting after 6 laps. On primaries is P22. Brian Story is pitting after 4 laps. On alternates is P19. Matt Taylor is P16. On alternates, Brad Mears is P5. Brian Story is P17. On alternates, Ian Jolicoeur is pitting after 5 laps. On alternates is P21. Ian Jolicoeur is P7. On alternates, Sergio Calderon is pitting is P21. John Houston is pitting after 3 laps. On alternates is P18. Jonathan Cuppett is P1. Sergio Calderon is P15. On alternates, Jake Feemster is pitting after 7 laps. On primaries is P20. David Zahn is P16. On alternates, Joel Ekman is pitting after 3 laps. On primaries is P20. Chris Moses is P12. John Houston is P16. On alternates, Kevin Lekmansky is P16. On alternates, Joel Ekman is P18. On alternates, Kevin Lekmansky is pitting is P19. Dale Ballwig is pitting after 4 laps. On alternates is P22. Kevin Lekmansky is P17. On alternates, Matt Taylor is pitting after 2 laps. On alternates is P18. Ian Jolicoeur is P6. Brad Mears is pitting after 4 laps. On alternates is P18. Jonathan Cuppett is pitting after 3 laps. On alternates is P16. Alan Jacobs is P2. John Waffen is P15. On alternates, Aaron Parsons is pitting after 4 laps. On alternates is P19. Brad Mears is P15. On alternates, Matt Taylor is P16. On alternates, David Zahn is pitting after 2 laps. On alternates is P19. Dale Ballwig is P15. On alternates, Matt Taylor is pitting is P18. Brian Story ahead is off pace. Brian Story is pitting after 3 laps. On alternates is P19. David Zahn is P15. On alternates, David Zahn is P14. Jonathan Cuppett is P16. On alternates, Brian Story is P15. On alternates, Omar Gomez is P15. On alternates, Brian Story is P11. John Houston is pitting after 2 laps. On alternates is P18. Ian Jolicoeur is pitting after 3 laps. On alternates is P21. Dale Ballwig is P6. Ian Jolicoeur is P15. On alternates, Joel Ekman is P13 on alternates. Kevin Miller is pitting after 13 laps. On alternates is P19. Aaron Parsons is P15 on alternates. Chris Moses is pitting after 5 laps. On primaries is P17. 10-second pit lane speeding penalty for Chris Moses. Sergio Calderon is P12. Gregory Myers is pitting after 12 laps. On primaries is P22. Mark DeGraw is pitting after 5 laps. On alternates is P15.
Here's the platform! I smell smoke! In the first car is my mama, in the second car is my dad, in the third car is Jesus. What do you know what he had? The fourth car is samurai, sharpening his sword. The seventh car is the party car. Say, come on now and get on board. Swear and sing and dance and shout. Have some fun and run about this party train. Woo-hoo! My car moves too fast. Well, 16 wheels got pop trap. Get me on the way back to me. Here he comes.
Qualifying session is now underway. Ian Jolicoeur is P1. Alan Jacobs is P1. Kevin Lekmansky is P5. Matt Taylor is P3. Ian Jolicoeur is P1. Mark DeGraw is P2. Chris Moses is P1. Ian Jolicoeur is P1. Kevin Lekmansky is P4. Aaron Parsons is P5. Chris Moses is provisional pole. Chris Moses is P1. Matt Taylor is provisional pole. Matt Taylor is P1. David Zahn is P6. Matt Taylor ahead is off pace. Chris Moses ahead is off pace. Chris Moses is P7. Kevin Miller is P9. Chris Moses is P10. Ian Jolicor is P11. Dale Balwig ahead is off pace. David Zahn is P12. Brian Story is P14. Matt Taylor is provisional pole. Alan Jacobs is P15. Joel Ekman is P16. John Wathen ahead is off pace. Dale Balwig is P17. Sergio Calderon is P19. Omar Gomez is P20. John Wathen is P21. Mark DeGraw is P2. John Houston is P3. Jonathan Cuppet is P4. Kevin Lekmansky is P5. Brad Mears is P6. Jake Feemster is P10. Ian Jolicoeur is P11. David Zahn is P12. Joel Ekman ahead is off pace. Brian Story is P14. Joel Ekman is P15. Gregory Myers is P16. Ian Jolicor ahead is off pace. John Wathen is P17. Chuck Carter is P18. Dale Balwig ahead is off pace. Dale Balwig is P19. Kevin Lekmansky ahead is off pace. Kevin Lekmansky ahead is off pace. John Wathen ahead is off pace. Sergio Calderon is P20. Omar Gomez is P21. Matt Taylor is P1. Mark DeGraw is P2. Jonathan Cuppett is P4. Kevin Lekmansky is P5. Brad Mears is P6. Kevin Miller is P8. Joel Ekman ahead is off pace. Chris Moses is P9. Kevin Miller ahead is off pace. David Zahn is P11. Ian Jolikor is P12. John Wathen is P14. Brian Story is P16. Joel Ekman is P17. Josh Slade is P22 with 20 kilograms ballast. Josh Slade improved is P22. Jake Feemster ahead is off pace. Kevin Lekmansky is P2. Ian Jolikor ahead is off pace. Mark DeGraw is P3. Aaron Parsons ahead is off pace. Brian Story ahead is off pace. Aaron Parsons is P5. Race start. Kevin Miller is P33. Matt Taylor is P1. Kevin Lekmansky is P2. P1 on alternates. John Houston is P3 on alternates. Ian Jolicor is P4 on primaries. John Houston ahead is on push to pass. Alan Jacobs is P6 on primaries. Jonathan Cuppett is P6 on alternates, ahead of Joel Ekman. Brian Story is P15, chasing Dale Balwick. Brad Mears is pitting, is P20. John Houston is P3, chasing Aaron Parsons. John Houston is on push to pass. Mark DeGraff is pitting, is P19. 30-second pit lane speeding penalty for Mark DeGraff. Aaron Parsons is P3, battling John Houston. Jonathan Cuppett is P5, fending off Alan Jacobs. Brian Story is P14 on alternates, battling Josh Slade. Omar Gomez is P17, fending off Kevin Miller. Brian Story is P14, following Chris Moses. Kevin Miller is P17, fending off Kevin Lekmansky. Joel Ekman is P8 on primaries, chasing Gregory Myers. Omar Gomez is P16 on primaries, battling Josh Slade. David Zahn is P15, chasing Kevin Miller. David Zahn is pitting after 3 laps on alternates, is P15. 10-second pit lane speeding penalty for David Zahn. Chris Moses is P11, chasing Dale Balwick. Kevin Miller is P14. On alternates, chasing Brian Story. Dale Balwick ahead is off pace. Kevin Miller is on push to pass. Brian Story is P13, battling Kevin Miller. Kevin Miller is P12, fending off Brian Story. Aaron Parsons is P3 on alternates, chasing John Houston. Sergio Calderon is P12 on alternates, chasing Kevin Miller. Jonathan Cuppett is P5 on alternates, 9 P to P left, chasing Ian Jolicoeur. Jonathan Cuppett is on push to pass. Aaron Parsons is P3 on alternates, following John Houston. Joel Ekman is P8 on primaries, 6 P to P left, following Gregory Myers. Chris Moses is P10 on primaries, chasing Chuck Carter. Brian Story is P14 on alternates, 9 P to P left, chasing Sergio Calderon. Kevin Miller is P10. On alternates, 7P to P left. Fending off Chuck Carter. Chuck Carter is P11 on primaries, following Kevin Miller. Joel Ekman ahead is off pace. Ian Jolicor is P6, chasing Jonathan Cuppet. Joel Ekman is pitting after 8 laps. On primaries is P17. Gregory is P7 on alternates, ahead of Kevin Miller. Kevin Miller is P8 on alternates, following Gregory Myers. Kevin Miller is on push to pass. Chris Moses is P10 on primaries, chasing Kevin Lekmansky. Kevin Lekmansky is P9 on alternates, chasing Gregory Myers. Chris Moses, behind, is on push to pass. Chuck Carter is P11, fending off Brian Story. Kevin Lekmansky is P9, battling Gregory Myers. Alan Jacobs is P5 on primaries, chasing Jonathan Cuppet. Mark DeGraw is pitting after 9 laps on alternates is P17. Kevin Miller is P7 on alternates, 6P to P left, chasing Ian Jolicoeur. John Houston is pitting after 12 laps on alternates is P2. Aaron Parsons is pitting after 12 laps on alternates is P2. 10-second pit lane speeding penalty for Aaron Parsons. Kevin Miller is on push to pass. All right, there's going to be a little bit of flying blind tonight on the broadcast because we weren't supposed to have a broadcaster, and now we do, sort of. I'm not even entirely sure how I can go about audio checking this. We'll see what happens. Wow. So far, big insanity. Big wreck at the beginning. That was very unfortunate. And there's a lot of pain and torment happening. And not even a lot of delay between when I'm talking and when I hear myself. Okay, that's great. So, that is functioning properly. I wonder if I can get Jake in here. Although he may be done for the night, because there's a lot of drivers. If you're still driving right now on lap 13 and you finish the race, you get a point. This is a participation race, evidently. Wow, I did not expect it to be that hard with low downforce. So that's information, I guess, there. I got lapped, and I was having some trouble, especially with the S's with the low downforce. The car getting a little unpredictable, and you hit some of the curbing, and it kind of kicks you out wider than you want, and then you miss the next part of the S's, and that just was, I think, ultimately my downfall, where I made some contact I didn't want. So, yeah. Did not think Riverside was going to be a big attrition race. It's a great track, love it. Just got too aggressive with the low downforce. So, very unfortunate. I'll see if I can get Jake to join us. Evidently I cannot text and talk at the same time. So Kevin Lekmansky is still running for points. He's in 10th. I got to give it to him. Heart of a champion. I have a tiger. He's trying like hell. Taylor in first position. Houston in second. Omar evidently is trailing Lekmansky a little bit. Not sure where that's going to go. Alan Jacobs, he's had a pretty good season, honestly. He's had a couple good races lately, and I think next season he's going to be coming back strong. Last race, unfortunate accident at the end, I think, cost him some positions, but running strong for sure. So very impressive. He's doing well. Right behind Moses. I say right behind, just, trailing a little bit, but in the position right behind Moses, not too far off. Maybe a second, two. There's somebody with an off. Super unfortunate. That might have been. I don't know who that was. I guess I could turn on driver names. Would that be helpful? But looks like right now, Taylor's doing a great job. Houston, I haven't actually looked to see how the points are going to play out if Taylor wins and Houston gets second. But since it's a double points race, Taylor's probably going to get the advantage for the season. Fortunately for him, and not as much for Houston, I suppose. But a lot of racing left to do. Houston could still pull something out and make it happen and win this. Totally still possible, especially if Taylor's running low downforce and gets a little bit of pressure from Houston, possibly makes a mistake. 3 seconds on this track is not very long. But this is such a beautiful course. Such a great part of racing history that we have preserved now because of the great work of Kevin Lekmansky making this a place that we can meet virtually and have a good time. Let's see, so far... So far, Jake has not been giving me any sort of positive statements about joining me in the booth, but we may find someone here hanging out with us before too long. Maybe we'll get lucky. See who else is out. Sergio Calderon is out, Mark DeGraw, Joel Ekman, David Zahn, Jake Deemster, John Wathen, and Brad Mears. Brad Mears is out. He was having a hell of a season too. He was definitely in that championship race for the gold. Looks like Taylor is pulling a little bit of a gap on Houston. Let's see what kind of tires. Houston's on the primaries, Matt is too. All right, so no tire advantage. We're 18 laps in. I wasn't keeping track of who started on which tire.
Hey Dave, how's it going?
Hey, it's Mark DeGraw joining us in the broadcast booth.
Yeah, it was just the start of that race was on a turn. I think that might have been part of
yes.
it. But anyways, somebody spun in front of me and we had collisions towards the end of the race, which is fine. It was a long shot for me to win the race, so I'm actually kind of excited to watch this race. There's some action there, and it should be good. Yeah, I was just watching the tires too. You're talking about tires, just trying to figure out who started on what. If they're 18 now, I suspect those guys at the top there, Taylor and Houston, were on alternates to start and then switched over to P's. Would you agree? Pretty sure.
It's possible. I was looking at the lap times.
Okay.
And I didn't see anything from Taylor so far that would indicate a pit stop. Like he's got a 1:45 on 14. So that could be a pit stop. Yeah. Would you have? I can't imagine going primaries for 14 laps. I mean alternates. Sorry, I can't imagine doing alternates for 14 laps. He's on primaries now.
Yeah, I think that's most likely. Although with Matt Taylor, I know he's like, if anything, him and some of the other people, a few other people can go further than I would imagine. So,
just being really easy on the tires somehow. Not.
Yeah.
Okay. Because I was thinking 12 was probably going to be a maximum. 13 would have been stretching it. 14 seems like a lot.
I agree totally. Yeah, we had conversations in the chat about that. Yep.
So we got Moses and Jolicor. Are you watching? You're not connected, so you must be watching the stream.
Yep, this is good stuff here. Ooh.
Where are they
On the stream, they're in the S's, just about to get to the end of the S's.
So not much of a lag. Oh, Moses just hit the wall.
Oh, yep.
Yeah, so you're just a couple seconds behind, I think.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Yeah, Twitch. I think Twitch has a much better or a much lower latency than YouTube. If I had to guess, that might be what the difference is.
I think you can also adjust it. I was playing around with it recently. It's not really normally my thing, but I took some time to set up my triple screens to broadcast on OBS, but I don't like how it takes. But anyway, focus on the race here. Okay,
yeah. Kevin Miller pressuring Jonathan Cuppet.
Awesome.
So it's good to see Kevin Miller having a pretty decent season and a pretty good race. Although with this much attrition, wow, I did not expect our Riverside to be such an attrition race. I thought it was going to be an endurance slog, but I think the lure of the low downforce was too strong. I think we should have probably reeled it in a little bit and not been so aggressive on that. Obviously, in hindsight, it's much easier to say that. But do you think it was just an unfortunate situation at the race start that kind of caused you all of your grief? If you'd had a clean start, would you still be racing right now?
Yeah. I had too much damage. I mean, I went into I drove the car around, got bits repaired, but I mean, I'm a lap down, and I just don't want to take anybody out, by accident, or have to worry about, the leaders coming up on me, that sort of stuff. And I did a couple laps though, and I thought, it'd be fun just to finish the race. But I thought, I want to watch the races. Like, it's
a lot of points on the line.
It's gonna be fun to watch. Yeah, lots of action.
I need to make an app that calculates points on the fly, so we can see who's going to win at the end of the race. We don't have to wait for the official tally.
Yeah, I could definitely use that. There's some people that calculate all that real quick, but hurts my head.
I don't have those spreadsheets set up. For sure, I don't have those set up.
Yeah, I got a feel for what's going on. So,
I think Taylor's probably going to win the champion. He was pretty close to Houston, wasn't he, in terms of points?
I'll check. I'll check.
Available.
I know Houston's in the lead, and I think Taylor is second.
I think Houston was just winning by like 2 points. And this is a double points race, so first position's gonna be, more points than usual, an advantage.
I think you're right. I think that if Taylor wins the championship, if I'm not mistaken, but I'm gonna check. For sure.
I mean, right now he's pulling a little bit of a gap on Houston.
5.3 seconds.
Yeah, still lots of race to go. Anything can happen. Trying to pass lap traffic could, be a disaster. But, that may be one of the reasons that some of us have, just dropped out and not wanting to, cause a problem for the leaders. Like me personally, it was like after the third time I was off track and my suspension was out of whack, I was like, okay, this is obviously not working. I gave it a good college try and it didn't work out. So.
I think you mentioned low downforce earlier. I think the low downforce was the way to go. It's a little bit risky, but I mean, complete 0-0-0, all zero downforce. But as long as you keep it on track, that's the way to win it, I think. But maybe who knows when one of these guys that wins it will jump in the booth and teach us something.
I'll have to actually we'll have to watch him pull them in. Mansky's up to 5th. Right now, so that's a good result, in terms of minimizing the errors. For the start, that's fairly impressive.
Yep.
Maybe just the pit cycling, how it's shaking out, possibly looks better than it really is, but still, to make it into 5th is not easy.
Yeah. Do you know if he's on alternates or?
Let's see. I'm juggling keyboards and computers here, so it takes me a moment to. Put myself together. Ligmansky is on the alternates, and Kevin Miller is also on the alternates.
Okay.
He's not far from Miller.
Yeah, so if you go
He
around
is-
the P's, he may lose. Well,
He may just be trying to make up time on the alternates and then putting in a primary stint last. But I don't know exactly what he did because he had that horrible first lap. And then I think he just sort of rode it out. It seems like he took the pit at 13.
okay. Yep.
Maybe 12, 13.
Okay. Yep. Makes sense. 12 by 12.
So he's probably on his second alternate stint. Probably just trying to make up as much positions as he can.
Yeah, I suspect he'll finish right around that. Well, see what kind of tires Miller's got.
I can't read the. I can't read his wheel.
There it is, alternate tires. So, okay, so he's gonna. I suspect he might jump up one spot for fourth place, but we'll see.
So now Taylor's got almost 10 seconds on Houston. That's not looking good for Houston. It's unfortunate.
Yeah.
I think I don't know if Houston's won a championship yet, so you want to root for that guy. You want to root for someone who hasn't actually gotten the trophies to have their day in the sun. But today might not be that day.
Yeah, I agree. But yeah, still good opportunity here. 9 seconds back with how many laps we got left. Just over 10 laps.
14.
Okay.
So how do you feel about the season? I mean, we're last race, not getting to actually drive, kind of sucks. But in general, I think I really enjoyed the car. I really enjoyed a lot of the strategy. Just the variations that we got from the two tire compounds, and then having to use both tire compounds during a race, having the 2 pit stops as opposed to doing 1-stop races. I think all of that has worked fairly well for the amount of time that we're on track. On Mondays. Do you have any thoughts about what went right, what went wrong?
Well, the driving, the enjoyment of driving the car, give it a 10. Tire strategy, what you got, mostly you and Kevin and some of the guys pitched in to set up for the tires and the motor changes and everything. Yeah, it was perfect. Yeah, it was pretty awesome. Hoping we can do another Indycar series in the future. It's fun to drive, and lots of people giving good comments about the cars. So we'll see.
Yeah, there's at least a little bit of interest in maybe trying to do a little bit of an older Indycar, something with an H pattern. So I think that's being investigated as a possibility for next season. It's also some chatter possibly about like a Formula 3 maybe, or a Formula 2, something of that nature, maybe even modern.
Cool. Lots of good cars. Yeah, the RSS guys have some good cars, and there's we got lots of good options.
Yeah, it was fun being able to drive a full season of North American tracks. That was awesome. Great. Really enjoyed that.
Yep.
And there's lots of really good North American tracks that came out lately. The new Mossport that just came out, right before this season, and then Barber, Alabama, DRC came out.
Was awesome.
Yeah,
that was so much fun to drive in these cars. Good, perfect match for the power and the speed of the cars versus the track. Not a lot of place to pass, but a lot of fun to drive.
It's a nice challenge.
Yeah, well, yeah. So we got Houston's back 9. Oh, Kevin's making a pass on Miller.
Lekmansky's on the primary, so he took a pit stop since the last time we saw him, or we were talking about him on the broadcast. So he dropped a couple positions from the pit stop, and now he's trying to make some up again, just with pure pace, maybe a little bit of push to pass.
He's got a little damage. The rear wings kind of tilted
Yeah.
a little bit.
Yeah, he's been generally stating this season that he doesn't repair. Yeah, I think he repairs suspension possibly in the pits, but I don't think he repairs aero.
Okay.
Just because it takes so long, and then the gain you get from it is maybe not as it's not worth it
Gotcha.
for the time you lose.
Gotcha. Yeah, it makes sense.
I just generally repair everything because I have a hard enough time driving the car. I want a well working car so I can at least have a chance of not running it into something.
Yeah, no, I know what you mean. You want to deal with people, and it's
So Moses now in fourth, chasing down Jolicor, who got to make it into the last race of the season. Thankfully, got to get some time off of work. And they
just caught somebody.
probably,
Who was that?
looks like Dale Baldwin, who was lap traffic and has thankfully let them by.
Oh, good timing. Yeah, perfect.
It's hard. You catch people on the S's so fast because the speed differentials can be so large. Somebody's not really close to you at the beginning of the S's, and by the time you get to the end, they're on your tail, and it's just there's not really a good place to pull off and let them by.
Yeah. Oh, here we go with the pass on the inside, Chris.
So Parsons is now in 14th place. He must have had a situation because I thought he was up towards the top there for a while. But he's definitely, because he was right behind Houston earlier in the race.
Yeah, he must have had some damage.
It's the Taylor and Houston show basically in terms of who's gonna possibly win this, because they're both like a minute from Jolicor and Moses. So I'll be curious to see, like, Mansky's not that far back. Like, he might be able to take them on the straightaway. Yep, Mansky just got into third. But Jolicor is on the alternates. Moses is on alternates as well. So if he can... Ooh, Alan Jacobs and Kevin Miller just had a shabazzle there in the S's. That's not good.
Yeah, it's too bad to get us an accident there. Luckily, no cars flying up behind them.
Yeah, the track through the S's, it looks like you could fit two cars through there, but the line's so tight with the way that the turns are that it's really just one line through there. Trying to fit two cars is just a bad idea. Try to get in line, and then whoever's behind, it has aero wash problems to deal with. So maybe neither one wanted to be in the trailing car, and they were fighting for position and ended up off track.
Yeah.
That seems logical. But Cuppet now is actually behind Lekmansky by a little bit, and that's been a kind of a common theme this season, with the two of them being close-ish on track. I don't think Cuppet's in. I don't think he could possibly win the championship, possibly due to DNFs, maybe, but because he's been having a great season in terms of finishes.
Okay. Yep.
So we have 15 cars. See, if I just stayed in, I could have gotten a point.
Yeah.
But again, I did not expect this to be an attrition race. I'd have to go back and look at the last race we had at Riverside and see what percentage of drivers finished, because I want to say it was higher than this.
I went and watched it and just try to get a feel. It was interesting to watch Aaron Parsons, get the pole position by zero. 0.8 seconds. Not sure what he was doing differently. He had a slower speed than the guys behind him, but of course the motor in that car was such a beast. There's a point at which you gotta back off on taking out downforce potentially, I guess, to the optimal balance between power and downforce. Probably.
Yeah. Did you race the 98T season?
No, I only ranked the 98T as like a 7 or 7.5 maybe in project cars, and I had no experience in it racing in a sort of Corsa.
Right.
So I just didn't like the idea of it, and but looking back and after trying the car out, I probably should. Because that car was actually pretty good.
Yeah, it was fun. I think I jumped in the middle of the series and we got a pretty good setup from Ian Jellicoe. I think I may have taken over his teammate left, and I think I took the position and had a great time, had a lot of fun. It was super challenging. I think it was harder to drive than the IndyCar. And I don't think of the IndyCar as being hard to drive in general. Like over the course of the season, I've definitely had some corner entry oversteer and some on throttle oversteer, but it's the car's not really incredibly twitchy, and its attitude. I mean, you can push any car too far and lose it, but the 98T was definitely twitchy and required a lot of like extreme throttle modulation to get it to stay on track. Otherwise, you were just spinning off in the grass left and right.
Yeah, I think the fast guys. I think it was Andrew Adamson was telling me the gears were quite long in that car to keep it stable, since it had so much power. It's probably like 40-50 kilometers an hour between gears or something like that, I'm guessing. But
yep. And it basically had a sort of a push-to-pass system with the adjustable turbo, and you could really just crank it up anytime you want. I want to say the turbo was available in qualifying, which is unlike this season where there's no push-to-pass turbo in qualifying for the IndyCar.
Oh, maybe you guys gotta be careful on Chris here.
Possibly.
Yeah,
this is the S's. There's no passing in the S's, as far as I can tell, unless the person in front makes a mistake.
You could do it, but yeah, it's not. I don't recommend it either.
Yeah, and they are quickly approaching somebody for a pass. Oh, and Jolicoeur. Ouch. The suspension in this car is sometimes easily disturbed and damaged. Be curious to see. Oh, the wing on that look better. I wanted to see if what his steering was doing on the straightaways, if it was great or not.
With the traffic there, I think the timing was just off. With extra low downforce, I assume he's running. Just like most people, it's a real challenge to keep.
Like Mansky's wing is askew.
Yep. Still on the race though, so good job.
Yep.
Yep. There's half the people. Well, half the people are out, or half the people still in it approximately.
Yeah, that's great. Like Mansky could very well get a podium at this rate.
Yeah.
He has to hold off Cuppet, who's on the alternates. And but their last lap times are actually pretty similar. Well, no, Cuppet's got him by a couple tenths. He's got it by 3/10 on the last lap. So if he can make a pass on the straightaway, then that would obviously be his advantage for taking that third spot. But I know that Mansky's not going to just let him have it. Cuppet's going to have to earn that position.
Yep, definitely. Oh.
Yeah, a little bit of sliding. That corner is difficult.
Oh, that's a real challenge. Yeah, it's like 9 out of 10. That's tough.
Yeah. That's a diamond corner.
Oh, here we go.
Maybe we should use skiing metaphors. It's a black diamond.
For the units of measure.
Or the Morse hardness scale.
With the lead as well. Rebound hardness. To lock well. Oh. Maybe on the next straightaway. He's setting them up for a straightaway pass, I think.
Yeah, this is definitely the big battle on track right now. We had the Jolicoeur Moses battle, which, I mean, there's not too far away. Jolicoeur's maybe making a little bit of progress on Moses, but he's got a little bit of time to make up. Cuppett's definitely hounding Lekmansky. These laps are ticking down. It may just be a matter of time. I wish I could tell you how many push to pass Lekmansky had left, because he's probably on it.
Yeah, I bet they're both on it right now. Be interesting to see if he catches him. I think he's going to catch him right at the turn. I think turn 9, but nope.
At this point, it looks like they're kind of evenly matched, being so close together. We're on Moses now. Moses is not battling anybody.
I'll say it out loud. I'll say it out loud. I know I'm not broadcaster material, but since we're both jumping in, I offered to jump in. You said cool.
Yeah, do it.
You know, there's nobody else, so I'm jumping in. Just
do it.
Because people are gonna be like, that Mark guy is definitely not broadcaster material. He's fired.
I might not be either.
I'm saying it out loud. I know. Yeah.
Lekmansky had a better lap, last lap than Cuppet. So
there we go.
that counts for something, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I think it's hard to follow sometimes in these cars, especially in the S's. With the aero wash is really going to affect your ability to put the power down. And it's possible that Cuppet just happens to be out of push to pass. But I unfortunately can't give you a definitive answer on that. So my apologies there. More apps.
Did you see the amazing pass that Ian made in the 98T in the last corner, last lap?
I don't remember that.
He passed Jake on the outside
of the NASCAR turn?
On turn 9. And wow, it was pretty awesome. Okay.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, if anybody listening hasn't seen that, definitely go and check out the was that season 31 XXXV last lap pass on lap 9. It's pretty awesome.
So they made a special YouTube video just for that pass?
Yeah, Jake shared it in the Discord.
Cool.
I mean, both those guys had that was super exciting to watch those two guys racing. It was a good job, both of them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's the sort of thing we like to see. Low down, especially on low downforce. It's like, holy shit! You can just feel it. Like they're right on the edge of, one of those guys going into the wall in turn 9, which is a spectacular crash.
Right.
Both held.
Oh yeah.
And, made the pass on the outside. That was pretty awesome.
Well, we're lap 37 to 38.
Yep.
Taylor's got Houston by 14 points. I don't see that changing. Houston's got Lekmansky by 38 points or something of that nature. That's probably not going to change. I think Lekmansky's properly fended off the advances from Cuppet. So that looks fine. Jolicor and Moses. Jolicor gonna catch Moses? I don't know. He's not that far off, but I don't think he's gonna be able to get it done in now 1 lap.
Yeah, I don't think so. He's got some damage too, so.
So I think this is probably gonna be the finishing order. And I'm gonna be sad to see this car go. Honestly, I'm not looking forward to it.
Yep, great cars.
Really enjoyed the season. Been a little bit of drama, a little bit of anger. You know, driving in anger is something they say about racing. I think I finally understand what that means. A lot of tension on track.
Yeah, I think control and emotions definitely. So at the same time, have the some sharp teeth to go after it, but just dial it back a little bit when you're a little bit too wound up, so you can keep it under control and not pushing too far. That's what I love about the racing. Just with that point right there.
Yeah, it's definitely a challenge. It's a personal challenge. Matt Taylor won the race. P1. And looks like Houston will be coming in right behind him. P2. And Lekmansky, I think if he can hold this together just a little bit longer, which I assume he will take the 3rd step on the podium. So to get P3 after having that lap 1, that's pretty phenomenal, honestly.
It's pretty good.
So good on Kevin for sticking with it and putting in a great drive, not giving up. You're my hero.
Did you say who won the championship then? I think you just said it a minute ago.
I think Taylor is probably going to win this one. What was the points gap? Did you find that out?
I'm just looking it up now.
Okay.
Let's see here. Time
on the
goes by
website.
real quick. Yeah.
I want to say it was 2 points, which I think Taylor definitely made 2 points on Houston. If that was the gap, and so Taylor would be the season champion. I guess we need to bring him into the booth.
Yeah, I'll let you do that. I have no idea how to do that. Maybe go down and say hi to him and tell him to move
I don't
up,
even think I have the ability to move people. I'm not at that level, honestly.
Okay. Get down the stairs.
Probably surprised they even let me in here.
Gotcha. Do you want to go down there and get him, or?
I don't even know. Is he connected?
I'll check.
This is a real quality broadcast, everyone.
Yeah, last minute.
It's definitely last minute.
Filling in for the seasoned veteran of Jesse.
Yeah, he did a great job this season.
Oh yeah, it was great.
Many thanks to Jesse for making the season happen. Really sorry that he was not feeling well tonight. Very unfortunate. It happens to the best of us at the worst of times.
Yeah, I don't see him down there in any of the channels.
Yeah, it seems like he's just not available. So that's unfortunate. And let's see, Houston's available, but I don't know if he wants to talk or not. Lekmansky's available. I think maybe we'll just let this one go.
Yeah, I think that's probably best.
Since there's no actual winner to talk to, we'll let this one go. So NorthAmericanGP.com is where you can go to find out more information about the races that we do, and the broadcast, and all that good stuff. Mark, any thoughts?
Just an awesome season. That's great cars, good racing by all the guys in the league. looking forward to getting started. I would assume in probably approximately 6 weeks as usual. The May Classic is coming up in a couple of weeks, I think it is. So
Yep.
looking forward to that. It's going to be awesome. Chuck's races are always great at the Indianapolis, and the short track races he's done were great. So yeah, looking forward to that.
That's right. We're gonna have some off-season fun. I think there's going to be a stock car mini season.
Oh yeah,
6 races.
Yeah,
There may even
awesome.
be an oval, possibly. Not entirely sure.
Cool.
But it could happen. I've heard some rumors. So definitely something to be on the lookout for.
Awesome. Yeah.
So thank you for joining me in the booth. I think we had a good time.
Yeah. Thanks, Dave.
I was ultimately very sad I did not get to finish that race, but I'll take this as my consolation prize.
Matt's in one of the channels. I'll go down.
Did he show
Shall I
up?
go down there and invite him?
Yeah. Find out if he wants to talk.
Okay. Just a second.
Okay.
Are you live?
Taylor, yeah, we're live. Hey, this is Greg Myers joining us in the broadcast booth. How was your race?
I finished 9th, so I think we got our goal of 100 points this season for the tag.
Oh, that's great. Good job. I think Mark went to see if Matt Taylor would come talk to us in the broadcast booth, but I don't know if that's going to happen or not. But we can hang out and chat if you'd like. We can talk about what's coming up. What's coming up, Greg? What's going on? What do we got scheduled for the off season?
Well, on Mondays we're doing a bunch of mystery races.
A bunch?
Well, I don't know. We're doing
bunch?
mystery races.
Oh, who's organizing the mystery races?
Chuck Carter.
Okay. It's Matt Taylor.
Hey guys.
It's our winner, Matt Taylor. How did that go? How did that go?
That went pretty much perfect.
Yeah, you had Houston by a few seconds for many laps, and then just started chipping away at it and built up a nice sizable lead.
Yeah, it was actually a lot closer than it looked. Coming into my first pit stop, I was on the really old tires, and I slid coming in and took a 10-second penalty.
Ooh.
So I really actually had to push the entire rest of the race. And it looks like it was really close.
Wow. Yeah, that was fun to watch. Actually, that race was great. Lots of action.
Yeah, pretty wild start there.
Yeah.
So you were just a couple points behind Houston in the Drivers' Championship. Is that correct?
I was, yes.
And so now you've cleared your differential, and you are not the winner for the race and the winner for the season, pending review.
Yeah, I think so.
That's what I'm thinking too. I haven't looked at the numbers, but I think you guys got it. Yeah.
I think the team championship is potentially really close.
Cuppet had a great race. I think finished 5th, possibly.
Yeah, he hung on to 4th. Kind of escaped all the excitement there at the beginning for the most part. And
yeah,
was able to settle in.
That was a lot of very unfortunate excitement.
Yeah,
yeah.
It's the start of the race is on a little bit of a turn there, and somebody got sideways, and then I couldn't back out of that or go around, so I was crashing and just hanging on for the ride.
That's a really tough start too, just outside of where the grid sits, but you're basically forced to one lane there by the time you get to the first corner. Cold tires and going through there, if you're in any kind of draft, it's going to be tough to hang on to.
Yeah.
So did you go with a low downforce for this?
I did. I went with my usual. I stripped all the aero off of it, and then
all zeros, right?
Yep, all zeros.
Yep. I still believe that was the best way to go for this, but Yeah, the 98T, I suspect it was maybe like one click of downforce because Matt Taylor had pole position with that 98T by zero point 0.8 seconds, and he was slower by like 10 kilometers an hour. But with that much power, the 98T, I think, yeah, just it's a little bit different.
Yeah, the 98T, you couldn't take all the aero off of it. You actually had to have about 3-4 clicks in it, which on that car is quite a bit because you're working with 15 or so clicks versus the 7 or 8 we're working on here. And that
Okay.
car it was a great race setup on that car with the low downforce. It was a terrible qualifying setup. It had no pace in it.
Mm.
And this car was different. This car actually seemed to like the low downforce. And you could actually get through a good qualifying lap with it.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun driving that car, no downforce. Nice to get away from the almost maximum or maximum downforce at Sonoma. Big change from last week.
Yeah, and I love doing that with these open wheel cars where you run the high downforce, you got a lot of grip, and then you just take all that aero off of it and see how fast it is in a straight line.
Yeah, it's fun stuff.
All right.
Well, yeah,
So I think,
congratulations.
yeah,
That was
it's
fun.
awesome. Good season, good race.
Yeah, thank you guys.
How many
Congratulations.
championships? How many championships do you have now?
That's 3 drivers championships. And,
Over out of how many seasons?
oh gosh, it's a lot. I want to say it's somewhere 14 seasons or so.
Yeah.
Yeah, I told them earlier that I was hoping that it wouldn't be Ezza, because Ezza doesn't know how many he's won.
I don't have that. I have raced long enough to lose track of the amount of seasons I've run, but we won't. We don't need to talk about those first seasons. So it's unnecessary.
Yeah. Well, congratulations. That's great.
Thanks,
Good
guys,
job.
and thanks for setting up the stream and doing that. You know, it really does a heck of a job, even if we don't have a person there. Still
Yeah,
nice to have.
thanks. Well, we got to have something. I love the broadcast, and I'm gonna do what I can to make it happen, with or without a human. But obviously, you know, we love the human announcers. We love the, you know, much better take on the action and what's happening. But I think the broadcasts are crucial. For me personally, I'm willing to put the work in and make it happen. So
Thanks, man.
yeah, thank you. And yeah, looking forward to the mid-season, off-season, whatever you want to call it. Lots of excitement coming up. And of course, next season, look out for that. NorthAmericanGP.com is where to go to find out more information and to sign up. So with that, I think we can be done for the evening. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you. Awesome.